So what happened in July, which warrants you watching and then hopefully to go and complete a full check and review of your standards and procedures? Well, children was injured due to chemical burns. Principal contractors failed to complete risk assessments. The HSE inspected 2 construction sites and closed them down as they were dangerous. Companies created risks as they simply failed to provide adequate lighting for the task. A property developer failed to follow an F10 notice, and 5 directors received prison sentences. So if that alone isn't resonating enough with you, then let's go deeper to find out why so many companies were fined in July for failing to comply with the Health and Safety at Work Act. A site manager was not competent to carry out temporary work on a platform. That cost the company £60,000. A roofing company failed to provide control measures to prevent falls through a roof where sheets were being replaced. That cost them £55,000. 2 workers were witnessed working unsafely on a 12.5 metre pitched roof in Cardiff. They paid out over £64,000. 2 companies were fined £500,000 when a company lost his legs after falling through a fragile skylight. Multiple workers were put under risk on a demolition site as there was no safe system of work in place. That nearly resulted in the closure of the company. A worker suffered 27% serious burns. He had 4 weeks in the hospital and the company was fined over £200,000. A packaging company fined £63,000 when a worker suffered irreversible injuries to 3 fingers on his right hand. The HSE fined a company nearly £500,000 as they used cheap water fittings on a gas installation instead of the correct gas fittings. A fencing manufacturer paid out over £250,000 when they put a worker at risk in a dangerous situation. A principal contractor and subcontractor were both fined over £200,000 as there was no site planning or work monitoring in place when the HSE inspected. 3 directors of a now liquidated waste management company were sentenced after a series of appalling failures. A company failed to train workers in a safe system of work. That resulted in a £160,000 fine. Falling materials in a warehouse. A worker incurred crushed injuries, £82,000. And finally, Aldi stores, £340,000 for not managing a contractor, which is detailed under Section 3 of the Health and Safety at Work Act.